the 2K Sports pregame show.
Hey, and welcome. This is Ernie Johnson with Shaquille O'Neal and Kenny the Jet Smith. A number of storylines emerging as the season gets into full swing. Tonight, we'll be watching the Orlando Magic playing against the Miami Heat. For the Heat, they're not satisfied with the record over the last 10 games. Under 500 basketball, just not good enough. Looking to improve tonight. So we're right around halfway through the season. Jack, a lot of trade discussions happening. What are your keys to making a great deal?
Well, it depends on your goal. You want to win now? You want to win later? A combination of both? Does your analysis ever make changes out of emotion?
Well, acquiring players that fit your system. You have to have a system first. That's the key. And if your trade looks too good to be true, it probably is.
I meant to say do your analysis, never make changes out of emotion.
Okay.
See, I was emotional when I was talking about it.
Well, I heard you. I understood it. I understood
All right.
it.
You did?
Not really, but.
Me either. And now with the tip-off coming up shortly, it's time to send it to Kevin Harlan for the call.
Everyone is in their seat and buckled in at the American Airlines Arena as the Heat look to grab a win here in Miami. This is Kevin Harlan with Greg Anthony and Doris Burke. Also joining us from the sidelines, David Aldridge. Last outing for Orlando. They won that game against Phoenix.
I mean, they were so impressive offensively, and when you do that, that can really help you on the road.
I think intensity is the key, right, Greg? When you play with energy on the offensive end, good things usually happen.
We are nearly ready for the tip-off, but first, let's hear from our very own David Aldridge. DA, it's all yours.
Thank you, Kevin. Well, the Miami Heat has established that high standard for fitness. Even Eric Spoelstra has gotten into it in his late 40s. The Heat coach says when he's working out, I'm in a different place. With physical, emotional, and mental benefits, I'm hooked. Kevin?
As hard as he works, great that he takes care of himself, too. DA, thank you. Looking at the midseason numbers for international viewership, Doris, the league is really making an impression around the world.
I know soccer is maybe the biggest sport worldwide, but what has struck me over the last 5 to 10 years is how global a game basketball has become, and the fact that it's one of the fastest growing sports in the entire world. And make no mistake, to me, it's the league that has brought this ability to bring people together with incredible stars who fans can relate to. The one guy that comes to mind, obviously, Steph Curry.
Well said. The vision of the league, to me, is just incredible and unequal. A look at the starting group for the Magic. Inside, we have Gordon and Vucevic. Markelle Fultz out there with Terrence Ross. And it's Aminu in at the 3 spot.
And how about the communication between teammates on that alley-oop?
And that's what you need to pull that thing off. Here is Ross. There's the pass to Fultz. Inside. And it's Gordon with the finish.
Wow, the tenacity of Aaron Gordon, the athleticism is just amazing.
And a terrific bit of chaos there on the replay presented by the Under Armour Hover Havoc. Now here's Dragic. Butler feeling out a bit. Knocked loose. 6 to shoot. It's stolen by Vucevic. Here's Ross. Off to a good start as he hits his first shot attempt.
Well, talk about wasting no time. The ball pushed into the open floor, and Ross finishes before the defense can react.
Adebayo kicks to Waiters. Butler on the wing. He's covered by Aminu. Butler, no good. And we're about a minute and a half into the first quarter. And Butler sends it back.
Terrific anticipation. Butler reads that play, sends it back.
Waiters for 3. And Vucevic pulls it down. Orlando, they've gone 2 of 3 here to start out the game. Waiters against Ross. Waiters outside. Pass to Dragic. Back to Waiters. Just 5 to shoot. Over Ross. Misses off the right iron.
1 for 4 right now. A little sluggish coming out of the gate.
And the Magic last season, Doris, suffered on offense due to a lack of outside shooting.
And it wasn't the number of threes, Kevin. They took a good percentage of shots from 3. The bottom line was the percentage from those shots wasn't very good. Too many players putting up a handful of threes per game that just weren't consistent from that distance.
And that one's good by Butler.
Wow, very close to a potential and one. Butler converting through contact.
Fultz, the pass to Aminu. He kicks it to Vucevic. And it's Gordon missing.
That's what we're talking about in terms of the activity level defensively. You got to protect the rim.
No, exactly, Greg. Especially when the ball is that deep inside. You've got to respect how he altered that shot.
Here's Ross. And he drops it in from the low post. Ross has got his second bucket of the night.
What a savvy move by Terrence Ross. And the floater, you've got to have such a terrific feel. What about the soft touch of that young man? Nice.
Now here's Dragic. A 17-point game for him in the win against Utah. And it's Adebayo in the corner. Three-pointer. Butler traps in the tray. Butler's got 5.
Boy, hitting for good percentage here in the first quarter. He's doing what he can to get his team off on the right foot.
Ross kicks to Fultz. First quarter of play and just over 3.5 minutes in. Here's Gordon. And a lot of contact on that one, so he'll shoot 2 here. We saw Gordon making big strides in his game last season, Doris, and it started with his shooting.
Well, specifically his long-range shooting, right, Kev? Because the 3 started to fall, and then that opened up other scoring options for him. Boy, it really seemed to come together for this guy, a rising star in just 1 year.
Take a break. Take a break. 2 shots.
That free throw good from Gordon.
Well, we know this about Aaron Gordon, guys. The athleticism has always been there at an NBA level. Now he's paired that with the improved shooting from a year ago, and that turned into his best year as a pro, and I believe he's a budding star.
Here's what Miami's going with right now. Udonis Haslem, he's checked in for Bam Adebayo. Johnson comes in for Olynyk. Derek Jones, he's checked in for Jimmy Butler. And ABC subbed in for Waiters. And with Gordon, he even made a bid for an all-star spot.
Well, agreed. I thought he had a solid case to be an all-star, Kev, and he knows that he is the focus of opposing defenses now, and he had to adjust his game to where he can produce while being double-teamed and sometimes trapped on the catch.
And it's the Magic with the ball after the Heat pick up 2. Down low, here's Birch. Good for the basket, starting off 1 for 1 with that shot.
And they've done well at taking advantage of some late defensive rotations and getting the ball in the paint.
Dragic kicks to Johnson. Off to a good start as he hits his first shot attempt. 1:27 left here in the opening quarter. Dragic against Augustine. Gordon deciding where to go with it. Isaac with the ball. Jones covering. And he finishes it off with a one-handed jam.
Well, there's tremendous length with Jonathan Isaac. How about the ability to finish with authority? Go ahead, young sir.
ABC passes to Haslem. Here's ABC, and stolen by Fournier. Here's Augustine. It's deflected. Oh, he's going up for the alley-oop here. Oh, a nice defensive play to disrupt the alley-oop. Fournier against Jones. 26 seconds left in the first quarter. 6 on the shot clock. The Magic need to get a shot off here. And the basket by Isaac.
And the story here, Kevin, early on is how well they've shot the basketball.
Augustine against Dragic. On the wing, Jones. Takes a three. And the last second attempt doesn't fall. And so it's Orlando with a 6-point lead at the end of the quarter. And they've done a phenomenal job down low. So many of their points coming right at the rim. And don't go away. We'll be right back. Jimmy Butler, a hard worker on the floor and off the court as well, possesses a unique individuality.
I worked extremely hard to get where I am today, so whenever you walk to my house, you see a really big, some may call it obnoxious, boombox aquarium, but I love music. I don't really watch too much TV. It's always music, so it's just another thing to remind me, continue to be who you are, just has fish inside of it.
A boombox aquarium, huh? Points for originality, Greg.
Butler, not shy, breaking from convention, beats to the rhythm of his own drum.
And if you're just joining us, we've played through one quarter in this one. And before we move on, what do you guys think about what we've seen so far from the Magic?
Through that first one, they've turned this thing into a track meet.
I'll tell you, they've simply been more assertive in the open floor. They're leaking out early, converting with confidence.
Haslam's out there with James Johnson. And it's ABC. Then there's Dragic. And it's Jones in at the small forward position. So that's who Miami starts the second with. Augustine, no luck.
Boy, a kickout's probably a better option when the defense is swarming around like that.
Dragic with it. Still looking for his first bucket in this one. Over Augustine. Up it goes, and the Magic lead is cut down to 4 on the bucket from Dragic. Here's Augustine bringing it up now for Orlando. Here's Birch. And Jones pulls it down.
And a surprise he doesn't knock that down. Defense a little too lax that time.
Here's Haslam. And he drops in the layup off the glass. Haslam's got his first bucket in this one.
Yeah, that was the third straight high percentage look the defense has allowed. The defenders have got to start putting bodies on bodies.
Here's Birch. Now Isaac. Augustine up top. He's guarded by Dragic. The Magic again can't hit. The Heat have gone 2 of 4 shooting the ball here in the second.
Remember back in 2016, James Johnson signed a make-good contract with the Heat. He's transformed his body, going from about 274 to under 240. In the following season, they rewarded him with a 4-year, $60 million deal.
And now the first timeout called here for the Magic.
And with the Tide running against them, needs to talk it over with his guys.
Well, Greg, I think I love the timeout call. At least it gives you a shift in momentum. It's a smart move.
And a new group getting ready for Miami. Bam Adebayo's checked in for Haslam. Kelly Olynyk comes in for James Johnson. Jimmy Butler, he's checked in for Jones. And Dion Waiters subbed in for Goran Dragic. So Orlando going with an almost entirely new group here. Vucevic checked in for Kem Birch. Aminu comes in for Gordon. Ross, he's checked in for Isaac. And it's Fultz in for Augustine. Here's Fultz. Jimmy Butler making his last shot. And finished off by Fultz.
Oh, the athleticism from Fultz is off the charts. Turns on the jets whenever he's taken off towards the basket.
Now here's Butler, coming off a stellar performance against Utah. To the inside, Adebayo. The shot's good on the assist by Butler. Adebayo's got the lead up to 3 now for the Heat.
Yeah, they're going to have a nice little run here.
Fultz kicks to Ross. Now here's Fultz. Defense is right there. Magic moving the ball around. Shot from 12. No good from Ross. And it's Miami's ball. Stringing it together. They've got an 11-2 run going.
He hit 1 3 in the first, but the well has been totally dry for him in the second.
Fournier's shot is off.
Boy, despite the miss, he did a really good job shaking himself completely free from the defense.
And straight isolation basketball, Doris, something we used to see a lot more of. But for a guy like James Harden or Steph Curry, that's still a very viable option.
Oh, there's no doubt about it. I mean, if you've got the likes of LeBron James or Kevin Durant or Chris Paul, guys who are able to create their own offense, to me, you want to take advantage of that skill set. It's about what your personnel strengths are. So can you surround a great creator with the shooters necessary? Because if you do, all of a sudden as a defense, there's a price to pay if you're going to help off, right? Because somewhere, some way, the best offensive talent is going to showcase its skill.
And he could not get that one to go. A lot of contact, and he'll go to the line for 2. It goes on Dion Waiters.
As an NBA player, I think you have to be willing to embrace contact, and Evan Fournier does it right there.
This is his first chance at the line tonight.
And take a look at what he's been able to do at the free throw line. 82% more than acceptable.
2 shots.
The first one falls. And Doris, last year, another season where Evan Fournier continued to improve his scoring.
Well, it's really been amazing to watch this guy refine his game over the last several years. Very judicious with the shots he takes. Not going to wow you too often, but a very consistent contributor.
Second free throw, no good.
You know, there's an unpredictability about what Evan Fournier does that keeps defenders guessing. This guy is outstanding at using that to his advantage.
And it just seems that every pass they make is leading to a score. Just great ball movement.
Here's Aminu. Jimmy Butler making his last shot. Fultz kicks to Vucevic. Ross against Butler. Now here's Ross. He's tightly guarded. Great positioning on the putback.
How about those instincts from the 7-footer? Vucevic uses that size to snag offensive rebounds.
Miami leading by 3. Passes it to Butler. Back to Waiters. Butler in the corner. Back to Waiters. Over Ross. And the shot no good, a bit short.
And he rushed that one, no doubt about it. The D out of position, you could see the frustration on his face.
Kicks it to Fultz. Shot from free throw range. Buries the jump shot. And now just a 1-point Miami lead.
And Fultz, such a good shooter. The D can only do so much. I mean, I like the D, the O just better.
8-second difference between the shot clock and the game clock. Baseline jumper. Olynyk can't hit.
And this could be the final possession of the period.
Right, they have to play their cards right. No rush, work the clock, and get a quality look.
And how about the confidence level with which Fultz plays? When he's close to the basket, he keeps his eyes focused on the rim at all times.
Here's Butler. That one wide left. So that'll be it for the first half. Fairly even battle underway in this one. Magic out in front, up 1. And a chance now to send it over to David Aldridge, standing by courtside. David.
Thanks, Kevin. Alongside Aaron Gordon. Aaron, you guys came out and played extremely well. What was the mindset in the first half?
We just tried to come out here, really stick to our principles, pick up the pace, and really be aggressive, and it turned out in a high-scoring half.
Just the way you want to play. Thanks for your time. Back to you, Kevin.
Thanks, David. And we'll be back shortly following halftime to get the third quarter underway.
And now, the 2K Sports Halftime Show.
Hey, folks. Welcome back. This is Ernie Johnson, Kenny the Jet Smith, Shaquille O'Neal at 2K Sports. Let's talk first half. Out in front at the half is Orlando. They lead by 1. Kenny?
Well, there was a big spark from the bench in the first half. Sometimes you're hoping for your reserves to come in and just hold court, but they didn't do that. They actually got better.
And Shaq, your thoughts on the Heat?
Well, this is a close game. Every point matters. Right now, they're not getting to the line much. To win this kind of matchup, you got to be the aggressor. You just got to be aggressive. Let's just see if they can ramp up their intensity, Ernie.
That about wraps it up. Time now for the second half of the game. We go to Kevin Harlan for the call.
And if you're just joining us, we've played through the first half in a game that's been fairly even so far. We are seeing a tremendous game from Jimmy Butler.
And I loved in that first half that they were patient, looked for good shots, and knocked them down.
You know, I think, Greg, they never settled for the first look. It was always about, let's get the best shot possible, really good judgment on the offensive end.
We've got second half action for you, and if the next couple quarters are similar to the first, this one could go down to the last possession. While we've got a moment, let's set the floor. Brought to you by Gatorade, all fueled up for the second half. And so in the game for the Magic, inside we have Gordon and Vucevic. Terrence Ross is out there with Markelle Fultz, and it's Aminu in at the 3. Now here's Gordon. Jimmy Butler with the rebound.
And the fadeaway was the only option he had on that one. Defender there all over him.
Pass to Dragic. Adebayo kicks to Butler. Some nice ball movement here by the Heat. Ross against Waiters. Miami needs to get a shot off. No problems knocking that one down. Adebayo's got the first points to start out the third quarter for the Heat. Second half rolling along now. About a minute played here. Now here's Fultz. He's guarded by Dragic. Vucevic dishes to Aminu. Here's Fultz. He's guarded by Dragic. And it's Gordon missing. And it's Butler with the ball. He'll bring it up for the Miami Heat. They haven't given up any points here in the second half.
Kicking himself on that one. That is the shot he wanted.
Well, that's usually money in the bank for that guy. Not sure how he missed that one.
Fultz the pass to Gordon. He kicks to Vucevic. Now here's Fultz. 6 points for him. Shoots from the elbow, and Gordon gets it to go in on the assist from Fultz. 8 points for Aaron Gordon.
Well, boy, oh boy. Each year, Aaron Gordon adding to that offensive arsenal. The mid-range game is right there.
And Miami calls their first time out of the game. Well, Doris, for rookies, beyond skill, what attributes do you think they need to have an early shot at success?
Yeah, I think one of the things that you always wonder about, and one of the great players in history, Kevin Garnett, talks about the impact that other older players had on him. Sam Mitchell, when he first arrived in the league, they taught him the work habits necessary to succeed at a high level. So the first thing you'd have to have is commitment to work. And the second thing is the right temperament. An NBA season spans 82 games over 6 months. There will inevitably be ups and downs. And how do you weather both of those things, Kevin?
And some changes here for the Heat. Udonis Haslem. He's checked in for Bam Adebayo. Johnson comes in for Kelly Olynyk, and Jones subbed in for Jimmy Butler. Orlando also making some changes. Ken Burge is checked in for Vucevic. Jonathan Isaac comes in for Al Farouk Aminu. And DJ Augustine subbed in for Terrence Ross. And here comes Augustine late in the fast break. And there's the pass to Isaac. It's stolen by Jones. To the paint, here's Johnson, and the slam dunk by Johnson. Guys, we're not through 3 quarters of play, but 6 lead changes already in this one.
Yeah, competitive, and I think we all can agree that we thought this would be the type of game that would come down to the end.
Gets the bucket and the foul. That one's on Johnson.
And of the last 6 baskets, 5 have come on the interior. This is just smash mouth, physical basketball, guys.
For Orlando, they have shot 75% at the line tonight, going 3 for 4.
One shot.
Miami trailing. And here's Dragic. He has 5. From 13, and another basket for Miami.
Great beginning to this second half. Now 3 for 4 from the field.
And Goran Dragic, a slippery lefty out of Slovenia.
At his peak, a phenomenal offensive player. He doesn't hit that peak every season, though. And now in his 30s, we'll see how long he can extend his prime.
Here's Waiters. The Magic getting the bucket. Pass to Jones. Waiters outside. Shot clock at 6. And it's blocked. And it's out of bounds. The Heat able to retain possession here. ABC's checked in for Waiters. And a change for the Magic. Evan Fournier's checked in for Fultz. Shot clock at 2. Here's Dragic from outside, but they'll get another chance. Here's Johnson. Whistle blows. Bucket is good, and he'll have a chance at the line to make it a 3-point play.
Well, so rewarding for a player to beat everybody to the basketball and convert that second chance bucket.
The Heat shooting their first foul shot of the night.
And taking a look at the numbers on the season, they've converted about 77% of those foul shots.
One shot.
And that one misses. The Magic have gone 3 of 5 to start the second half, developing a nice rhythm out there. Outside Fournier. Augustine against Johnson. Gordon up on top. 8 points for him. Fournier for 3. Miami's gone 3 of 7 tonight from 3-point territory. Gordon against Johnson.
2 minutes.
And that won't go, missing the go-ahead bucket. And Augustine kicks to Fournier. Back to Augustine. Shot by Gordon, wide open. Offline with his 3. For Miami, they've gone an even 50% from the floor here in the third quarter. 4 of 8. That puts them in the lead. ABC's got 5 points so far.
You hope that's a wake-up call for the defense, boys, because you give them that clean a look and it's over.
Gordon outside. Gets it to go from beyond the arc. Gordon's got it all tied up now for the Magic.
Back at you. That's payback for the three on the other end.
Well, I just like the shot selection in that instance. He wanted to get him back, and he did just that with the three.
Now a timeout called by Miami. In addition to going over the game plan and making whatever necessary adjustments have to be made, Greg, this timeout also the time for players to get rehydrated or hydrate for the first time with some Gatorade. Plenty of basketball still to be played here, and they have to get recharged.
It's a great point. Without proper hydration, a player can completely run out of gas down the stretch of a game, and that's something that none of these guys can afford to have happen. If you're going to battle all the way to the finish, you have got to be hydrated.
A different look for Miami. Adebayo is checked in for Haslem. And it's Jimmy Butler in for Goran Dragic. And the Magic making a change here as well. Vucevic is checked in. Now here's Johnson. 6 points for him. Here's ABC. Miami no good on that time either. Orlando's gone 1 of 3 from downtown since halftime. Isaac kicks to Vucevic. Lays it up and in off the pretty assist.
Timely passing leads to assists, and that's been the recipe for success.
Outside Butler. There's 39 seconds left in the third. Goes up with it, and it's going to be out of bounds. The Magic will take it. Olenek, he's checked in for Miami. Al Farouk Aminu, he's checked in for Orlando. Ross comes in for Jonathan Isaac. Here's Fournier. He's making his presence felt offensively with his scoring average up there at almost 13 points a game. 24 seconds left in the third. And Augustine kicks to Ross. 6 to shoot. From 13. Doesn't get it to drop for him. Pass to Butler, and he lobs it up toward the rim, and Jones slams it home.
Well, this is why Butler has become a real threat on the offensive end. Yes, he's a great scorer, but he is equally capable and adept at finding the open guy.
It's all tied in Miami. And coming up as soon as we return from break, the fourth quarter gets underway. And a chance right now to show you our State Farm assist of the game.
Yeah, and I like the fact we get to see this pass one more time. A magnificent feed, and you love to see your off guard taking over the playmaking duties with this much skill.
And to me, Jay, you love the unselfishness, finding the best look, and it doesn't matter who's taking it.
Well, this has been a great contest so far, and I imagine the fourth quarter could have even more action in store for us. They've got Adebayo. Jones is out there with Kelly Olynyk. Then there's Jimmy Butler. And it's ABC in at the point. That's the group on the floor for Miami. Shots good by Butler.
And in a game this tight, a few plays either way can start to turn the tide.
No, exactly. When it's this close, both teams are fighting hard. This is what you want to see.
Now here is Augustine. Kicks to Vucevic. Outside Fournier. Over Butler. Here's Vucevic. Fouled on the shot and picks up 2 points. So one free throw coming up.
Well, that's power and focus of Nikola Vucevic. Hit him, slap him, doesn't make a difference.
And Miami making a change here. Waiters is checked in. Fultz, he's checked in for the Magic. And Vucevic, no good on that one.
Well, we know this about Nikola Vucevic, right? He's always been a reliable option on the offensive end. He's at his best when he's sort of balancing that inside and outside game. This guy a year ago focused on posting up and getting better looks close to the basket.
He gets it in there. And the Magic lead by 2.
You know, you gotta love the muscle that Fultz possesses. Taking the hit there, but still able to complete the play.
Now, here's Butler. The pass to ABC. Inside, it's deflected. And is out of bounds. The Heat able to retain possession here. And as talented as Vucevic is on offense, detractors will always question his defense.
Well, I think, Kevin, there's no secret here that his defense is not as strong as his offense. But from a purely statistical standpoint, his team is much better with him on the floor.
The Heat making a switch here. Dragic is checked in. Aminu, no one around him. The shot, no good. And Miami the other way now. Waiters on the wing. He's guarded by Ross. Waiters finds Dragic. Back to Waiters. Right side Dragic. It's stolen by Vucevic. Adebayo with the bucket.
And you don't want to allow too many of those short ones with the game right now in the balance.
Pass to Vucevic. Gordon trying to break loose. Vucevic with the bucket.
They're just great poise from the big man. Vucevic sticks with his shot even while being defended well.
Waiters passes to Butler. We're in the fourth quarter here, just under 2.5 minutes gone.
That's just superb interior defense, not allowing him a free run to the rim.
Aminu dishes to Gordon. Some nice ball movement by the Magic. Another steal. It's 3-on-3 on the fast break. Dragic with it, now guarded by Fultz. Baseline try. No good from Dragic. Orlando, they've gone 3 of 5 here in the fourth quarter. Pretty good numbers coming out of the break. Aminu, the pass to Ross. Here's Waiters. And the whistle blows. It's going to be on Markelle Fultz. That is his first foul of the game. Johnson, he's checked in for Olynyk. James Johnson. Butler kicks to Waiters. Back to Butler. 5 to shoot. Over Fultz. Miami no good on that time either.
No doubt he's struggling right now from the field. Let's see if he can get it going this quarter. And defensively, moving his feet there, staying right on top of the shooter.
What a great job contesting without fouling. Exactly how you want to defend the mid-range shot.
Now here's Fultz following the missed shot by James Johnson. Here's the teardrop. Johnson with the block. Fultz, no good.
That's simply not aggressive enough. Needs to show grit and determination and didn't on that one.
He hangs in there and cashes in on the second chance points. Adebayo's got the game tied up here for the Heat.
Just in a perfect position to grab that rebound and then get the putback.
Time called here. The Magic decide to talk it over. You look at Jimmy Butler. He's really been playing well.
He's flat giving it to him right now, and this timeout is critical if they're going to stop his momentum. I think you've got to make some major defensive adjustments.
And now let's present our Jordan Player of the Game, Nikola Vucevic.
And his percentage from the field tonight seems almost made up. I didn't think it was possible to have that kind of success shooting the basketball. You need a little bit of luck, a bunch of hard work, and a whole lot of talent.
Okay, well, let's check in with David Aldridge, who's reporting from the sideline.
Well, I was able to listen in on what Steve Clifford had to say to his team. He knows this has been a hard-fought game, and he wanted his guys to just sit down and catch their breath. He said, look, we're right in the game, guys. Let's make a little push here. Let's come out with some bite. Kevin?
Thank you, David. Here's Dragic after the made shot from Nikola Vucevic. Dragic with it, now guarded by Fultz. Butler finds Johnson. Over Aminu, and it's good with time running down on the shot clock. That's now 8 points for Johnson. And you could feel the crowd react as one.
Guys, what a blast of energy that just sent through this entire building.
And it's Dragic with the foul. That's his first foul. Here's Fultz. 1:15 left in the fourth. Gets it to drop, and now he's shooting at a 5-for-8 clip.
He is ambivalent to the pressure. I mean, when his team needs a bucket, Fultz is not afraid to step in and knock it down.
Now a timeout called by Miami. They trail by 2. 1:12 left in the fourth.
I play tennis for the Rolex. I be in Miami, never seen a bitch. Enough out in blue, if you saw me. She was got the. I just came to get these fits up. I'm everywhere, I just didn't get no pics up. You was there, you saw me get my. Oh, you heard about it. Bloody gossip. I had to get it poppin'. I ain't had no running game, I ain't had no watching. Now I really got it. I really do. I really got it. Ain't no secret to it. If I did it, then I had to do it. She really do. She really got it. I had to do it. She had to do it.
Butler against Aminu. A floater, and it's Butler laying it in. Butler's got it all tied up now for the Heat.
Oh, Kev, Jimmy Butler loves to rise to the occasion, sticks it right in the defense's face.
Pass to Vucevic. It's the first, and that gives them the lead.
What you love about Nikola Vucevic is every night you know he's going to play hard and he's going to do whatever it takes to win. You love playing with teammates like that, guys. Well, you knew he was going to come through there. The more that's riding on it, the better he seems to be.
Here's Butler, and there's the feed to Johnson. Yes!
Now, that is cold-blooded.
What a shot. He had no fear. I love it.
And it's Dragic with the foul. That's his third foul so far. Bonus situation in effect, so we'll head to the free throw line for 2. He knocks down the clutch free throw. And he hits both free throws here. So now it's a 2-point ball game.
And how about the composure there at the line? A ton of pressure on those free throws, and he knocks them both down.
It's stolen by Fultz. 32 seconds left here in the fourth quarter. Gordon. Yes!
Well, this game separates the men from the boys. Aaron Gordon, big-time delivery.
Now a timeout called by Miami. They're trailing by 4. We've got 28 seconds left in the fourth quarter.
It's raining, so we don't move on. We go for search. I'm on my fam in the cream drop land. Mostly cats with deals, y'all ain't had a jam. About to do it again, you about to lose it again. Show and tell.
Near the three-point line, it's Dragic. Rebound by the Magic. And that's an intentional foul.
Yeah, you have to do that, though. You can't just let him dribble the game out.
Shooting for Orlando, Markelle Fultz. Taking 2 shots.
Shooting 2, gentlemen.
He hits the first one, and that puts them up by 5.
And the explosiveness of Fultz really is incredible. Just he's effortless in terms of getting where he wants on the court.
And he hits both free throws here. So now it's a 6-point ball game.
Never a doubt on those free throws, and their lead is even more secure.
And whatever play they run has to be quick.
No time to waste. They have to score fast and then foul quickly.
And the bucket is good. 3-point play chance here for him. So it'll be Jimmy Butler shooting. That's on El Farouk Aminu.
One shot, gentlemen.
Free throw, good Butler.
You know, I think, guys, in addition to becoming an elite two-way player, what I love about Jimmy Butler is the passion he plays with.
And now they foul and stop the clock. It's the first, and that gives them a 4-point cushion. And the second free throw, no good. A tough break there. Dragic kicks to Butler. Beyond the arc. No good on that one. Fultz with the ball. And so the big win by Orlando in a tight game. A narrow win under difficult circumstances, Greg, as the visiting team.
It really was, but that didn't seem to bother them. I mean, road team, home team, all I know is they were the better team.
Well said. It's time now to go courtside as we send you over to David Aldridge from the sideline. David, take it away.
Nick, great win tonight. Good performance by you. How surprising is it that you contributed to the game in so many ways?
I mean, I wouldn't say it surprised me. I always knew I could play at this level, but
I just play hard. Just play hard and get things happen. I don't try to force anything. I just let the game come to me, and I play hard. Rebounds. Like I said, it's a lot about effort. That's what I can do every night. And points are gonna come some nights. Sometimes they won't. But I just take what I get and just keep playing.
Well, you did it all over the floor tonight, Nick. Thanks a lot. Back to you, Kevin.
Thank you, David. Great interview once again. And that'll wrap it up, folks. For Doris Burke, David Aldridge, Greg Anthony, and the rest of our terrific 2K Sports crew, this is Kevin Harlan saying thanks for watching. We'll see you next time.